Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Wooden Model Project. Today what I'm doing is Edward, and if you know my movie series, his name is Peter. I'm doing them in a Furness Railway livery. So the Furness Railway had a red livery, very similar to the Scarloey Railway. It had a red with goldy black lining. I'm going to be doing black lining for it today. So, to get you some history, before Edward came to the island of Sodor, he worked on a railway called the Furness Railway. It was the first stage of the railway across the channel from Sodor, later to become a part of the LMS Railway, and then finally British Railways. So Edward came from that railway originally to help build the island of Sodor, as you would have seen in my movie Northwestern Railway 100 Years in the Making. Then if you remember, I used a new style Edward as this engine called Peter, and I'm going to be making these two engines into a custom Furness Railway Edward and Peter. So that is also a reassurance that both of these characters will appear in their older types in the next movie. This movie, I'm doing it proper models for everything. As you can see, I've been going crazy on customs. That is because I'm going to be trying to make proper liveries for every engine in everything, basically. So this is the next stop on my customs to-do list. So I'll be taping them up now. The next step, I'm going to be taping up the firebox, the cab, the windows, and the coal. I'm not going to be painting the chassis on these ones, so I'm going to tape those up too, and then cover it in a coat of red. I am going to do black lining, so that's going to require another layer of tape later. So I guess let's start with the tape. Hello guys, so as you can see here, I've taped up Edward and Peter, as he's going to be called. So everything that's not taped is going to be painted red. As you can probably guess by the nature of this project, that I'm going to add an FR for Furness Railway on the tenders. So I'm going to go do that. Okay, so here are the models after the painting of the red. I've only taken off the smoke box and face tape, and now I'm going to apply the black lines. I had to take those tapes off because black lines go where those tape were. Just showing some progression here, so I've taken off a bit more tape than I thought I was going to do. And now I put on another layer of tape, and now comes the black for the engines. I haven't done anything to the tender since last time you saw them. And voila! We have a Furness Railway Edward and Peter. Now, I'm extremely happy about this. I like how these guys turned out. I think they turned out pretty well. And I think they'll be a great addition to Northwestern Railway 100 Years in the Making Part 2, instead of just having them in their Northwestern Blue. And by the way, I do have a normal Edward and a normal new style Edward without the red paint, so I do still have my blue Edwards for that. If you have any questions about this at all, you can just leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, you can leave a comment. If you enjoyed the videos, you can always go to thumbs up, and I'll be having more content out soon. So the easiest way to do that is to hit the subscribe button and then see it in your subscription feed. This is it for this video, and see you next time from Oliver Duck.